I was checking irrigation lines on my 50-acre state lease farmland when I noticed my main water pipe, feeding my crops, was bone dry. Down the road, Karen Miller, HOA tyrant, stood by my valve, wrench in hand, grinning as she twisted it shut. "Your farm's wasting our water," she barked, thinking she'd won a petty victory. Karen, who denied a bank owner, sabotaged a flight, and attacked my mom, had crossed a new line, tampering with my pipe on county land, outside her HOA's reach. What she didn't know was that my farm's water system, under my state contract, also supplied her entire HOA neighborhood. And I, Sarah, the farmer, Meadowmart owner, conservationist, and SWAT trainer, held the master controls. Her sabotage was about to backfire, big time. I stood by my parched crops, phone filming, as Karen ranted about HOA resource rules. Neighbors peeked from their yards, stunned. This wasn't just vandalism. It was Karen's boldest attack, blind to my authority and the pipe's role. My blood boiled, but a smirk formed. She thought she could dry out my farm? I was about to turn her stunt into a viral lesson in overreach, with my hand on the HOA's water supply. What unfolded wasn't just me restoring my flow. It was a masterstroke of justice, community power, and technical dominance that left Karen high and dry, her HOA scrambling, and Crescent Meadows stronger. My control room wasn't just a shed. It was her undoing, and the pipes were singing my tune. Karen's wrench was her biggest mistake, and the water was mine to command. Crescent Meadows was a free-spirited suburb, its colorful porches wildflower yards, and my Meadowmart Cafe a defiant stand against Karen Miller's HOA oppression. Once choked by bans on messy gardens and loud barbecues, it now thrived with my 50-acre farmland, state-leased and HOA exempt, as its lifeblood. My water system, managed under my wildlife conservation contract, supplied my crops and, via a county agreement, the HOA's 200 homes, with my farm's control room holding the valves. I'm Sarah, the farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, and Meadowmart owner who'd crushed Karen 16 times, buying Meadowmart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her, security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's Colt stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her airline stunt, and nailing her bank meddling. My water system was my pride, its pipes mapped in my control room. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a crumbling bully, her clipboard a flimsy shield for her need to dominate. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she'd targeted my water pipe, claiming my farm stole HOA resources. Her sabotage was a desperate bid to reassert control, backed by a few HOA holdouts. She didn't know my state contract gave me sole authority over the water supply, with override valves only I could access. Key allies included my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter organizer, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored my lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, and the Thompsons, especially Dr. James Thompson. Deputy Harris, my SWAT friend, was on speed dial, and the Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would rally support. My farmhands, teens like Mia, saw Karen's tampering and were ready to testify. The setting was a crisp September morning in 2025 on my farmland's edge, where my main water pipe ran along a county road. Karen, in her blazer, had pried open my valve box, shutting off my flow. My crops wilted nearby, but my control room, a small shed with digital gauges, held the HOA's water keys. My dash cam, mounted for farm checks, caught her wrench in action. Karen's vandalism was illegal, and her ignorance of my control was her fatal error. This wasn't just about a pipe. It was Karen's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For me, it was a chance to protect my farm, expose her sabotage, and unite our community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and redefine our town's strength. Karen's sabotage was a declaration of war. "Your farm's draining our water," she shouted, clutching her wrench by my shut-off valve. I filmed, yelling, "This is county land, Karen. You're vandalizing state property. Her grin faded. She hadn't known my pipe's status. I called Harris, who growled. She's tampering with public utilities? She's done. Ellen texted my state contract, saying Karen's screwed. Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting she's cut off her own HOA. Priceless. I confronted Karen, showing my phone. You shut my water, which feeds your HOA. I control the system. She scoffed. The HOA owns this pipe, waving a fake citation. Neighbors gathered, filming her rant. My forum post exploded. Karen cut my water pipe, thinking it's hers. I control her HOA's supply. Hashtag Karen cuts water and hashtag protect Sarah's farm trended, hitting 600,000 views. Jake, my barista, live stream from Meadowmart, showing my contract. Crescent Meadows stands with Sarah, he said, hitting 700,000 views. Lily handed out flyers about county water laws, explaining Sarah's pipe is state-managed. Karen's a vandal. Karen rallied her HOA cronies, a trio with signs, "Save our water." But neighbors drowned them out, chanting Sarah's farm. Mia, my farmhand, filmed Karen's wrench marks, catching her license plate. I share my dashcam clip, Karen sabotaging my pipe, drying her own HOA. The video hit 4 million views. James Thompson arrived, saying, "She targeted us too. We're with you." His federal clout rattled Karen's cronies. Harris's SWAT team rolled up, lights flashing. "Step away from the valve," he ordered Karen. She froze, wrench clattering. Karen screamed, "This is HOA property," but Harris held out my contract. "You're under arrest for vandalism and utility tampering," he said. I live-streamed. Karen's pipe sabotage is busted. I hold the HOA's water. The stream hit 8 million views, with news van arriving. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a genius." Karen's dry. Linda arrived with a county engineer, announcing Karen's actions are felony tampering on state infrastructure. The crowd chanted water, water, as Karen's cronies fled. The forum planned a flow-free day at Meadowmart, with music and water conservation talks. Karen tried one last lie, claiming the HOA controls the supply, but Harris showed my override valve codes. I headed to my control room, ready to flip the HOA's water off, just to make a point. The stage was set, not just to arrest her, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around my farm. Her wrench was her end, and the pipes were mine. My farmland was a battleground of control. Karen stood by the valve, cuffed, as Harris secured the scene. The live stream hit 12 million views, with hashtag Karen Cuts Water and hashtag Protect Sarah's Farm trending globally. Neighbors packed the road, waving signs, "Sarah's water, no HOA pipes." News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a farmer's fight versus HOA sabotage. The air crackled, and I was ready to turn the tables. Tom addressed the crowd, voice clear. Sarah's farm is on county land, and her water system, under state contract, supplies the HOA. Karen's tampering is a felony. He showed my contract and pipe schematics, proving my control. Neighbors gasped, sharing the diagrams online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah's farm feeds us all." Karen's drying her own home. The forum surged. "Karen's a fool. Sarah's our queen." A viral tweet read, "HOA Karen cuts farmer's water. Doesn't know she controls HOA supply. Hashtag Karen cuts water." Karen tried to spin it, shouting, "Sarah's stealing our water." But Harris held up my dash cam, stating, "You're on video, committing felony vandalism." Her face collapsed. She hadn't known my system's reach. National agriculture groups joined X, posting, "Karen's attack on Sarah's farm is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows." The Change.org petition, Protect Sarah's Water, hit 800,000 signatures with comments like, "Sarah's a legend," and "Karen's done." Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. "Sarah's farm and water system sustain our town. Karen's sabotage threatens us all." She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $50,000 and ban utility interference. The crowd roared, chanting "Flow free." The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked text disavowing Karen. "She's rogue." Neighbors blocked her car, demanding justice. as my farm hands guarded the valve. I grabbed the megaphone, heart racing. Karen thought she could dry my farm, but I control her HOA's water and my valves decide. I proposed a flow-free day at Meadow Mart, with irrigation demos, music, and a fundraiser for farm upgrades, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to monitor my pipes. I shared online. Karen's sabotage failed. Join us for Sarah's water. The live stream hit 20 million views, with hashtag FlowFreeDay trending. Comments flooded. Sarah's unstoppable. Karen's dry. Karen made a last stand, yelling at Harris. The HOA's above her. But my attorney, Rachel, arrived, showing a warrant. You're charged with vandalism, tampering, and trespass, she said, as Harris tightened her cuffs. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the cruiser. Jake's stream hit 30 million views, with comments like, "Bye, Karen." Water wins. News ran headlines. Farmers water control schools, HOA Karen. Lily organized kids to paint flow-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying Sarah protects our lifeline. In my control room, I flipped a test switch, briefly cutting the HOA's water. Faucets sputtered in their homes, sparking forum posts. Karen dried us. I restored it, proving my point. Harris secured the valve, and neighbors patrolled my farm. Linda promised county funding for a crescent flow sign, marking my system's status. The stage was set for a victory that would shield my farm, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but what happened next would shock everyone. My control room hummed with triumph as Karen was cuffed, her wrench confiscated. The live stream hit 35 million views, with hashtag Karen Cuts Water and hashtag Protect Sarah's Farm trending worldwide. Neighbors filled the road, waving flow-free signs as news crews filmed. I held a megaphone, my roles as conservation head, state lessee, and SWAT trainer now a torrent. My water system are shield, ready to seal Karen's defeat. Harris addressed the crowd, voice commanding. Karen Miller faces charges of vandalism, utility tampering, and trespass, with up to 5 years in jail. The crowd roared, waving Sarah's water signs. Harris added, Sarah's farm is county land, and her system legally supplies the HOA. Neighbors cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. Karen's dry. Sarah's our queen. Linda took the stage, resolute. Sarah's farm and water are our lifeline. Karen's sabotage was an attack on us all. She announced the council's vote. A $50,000 HOA fine, a ban on utility meddling, and funding for Flow-Free Day. The crowd chanted flow, flow, as kids handed me painted pipes, symbols of our win. Tom showed my schematics, proving my control. Sarah's system outsmarted Karen, he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a crescent flow sign sketch, county-backed, to mark my farm status. This water's ours, not Karen's, I said, sharing it online, a pipe under a state seal. The forum erupted. Perfect. Sarah's legacy. Harris confirmed the evidence. Dashcam, contract, wrench marks, was airtight. Karen pleaded guilty, facing jail and a town ban. My digital dossier, videos, contract, valve logs, was handed to the press, ensuring her conviction. News ran it live. Farmers Water Control halts HOA Karen sabotage. The crowd surged, music blaring, as Flow-Free Day plans took shape. I gave the mic to James Thompson, who shone. Sarah's farm saved us, he said. This is our home. Neighbors hugged him, guarding my pipes in solidarity. The sign contest launched, with entries flooding the forum. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph. Proof our water could outshine sabotage. As the sun set, my crops drank deep, and my valve stood firm. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like Farmers Water System defeats HOA Karen and Sarah's Pipes triumph. The live stream hit 120 million views, with hashtag Karen Cuts Water trending for weeks. Fan art of my water valves as justice symbols flooded the forum, and agriculture groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about our farm. Flow-Free Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, Neighbors, kids, county officials, touring my irrigation, dancing, and unveiling the crescent flow sign. Meadow Mart catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying my pipes to my lake's bluefins. The event raised $100,000 for farm upgrades, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's water shines. No more Karens. The HOA was dissolved. Linda's vote fined it $50,000 and banned utility interference, with new laws requiring county oversight. Karen got 3 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and moved to a city flat, reportedly arguing over bills. Don't tamper like Karen became a local joke painted on pipes. My farm became a tourist draw, with visitors posing by the sign. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared. The cafe hosting flow nights with music and conservation talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's water farm, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini valves, pipe models, saying I inspired them. Tom's data showed my lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier videos contract logs was studied for water rights laws influencing policy. Ellen led farm tours, calling my system Sarah's River. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the fields. The forum planned a flow fest, with music, irrigation demos, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Karen's sabotage into our triumph. One post read, I hired teens to monitor my valves, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Water Forever banner, Linda toasted, to Sarah, the Thompsons, and Crescent Meadows, where flow defeats sabotage. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my pipes hummed. Karen's wrench had been a spark, but we'd built a legacy. Meadow Mart, my farm, and our water were our stronghold, proof no bully could dry our spirit. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always run deep, bold, and free.